What is up, everybody? Isaac Natoli here, and welcome to another video. I'm standing out here on quite an amazing summer's day. Summer's day, mate. It's autumn. What are you going on about? Well, it's so nice that I'm honestly thinking that it's summer right now. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about 6 crucial things I wish I knew before I started training. Now, this is me 3.5 years ago to me now. So I have made some decent progress, but I've also made a lot of mistakes. Now, if I had known these things that I'm going to talk about in this video, I would have saved so much time and I would have just made so much more progress. It would just be insane. Like, I couldn't even imagine where I'd be right now if I had have taken the time to learn the things that I'm going to talk about in this video. So hopefully I can pass on a little bit of wisdom that I've learned over my years of training to help you avoid the same mistakes that I made, and which will also save you a lot of time and just make your progress a lot quicker. So without further ado, let's get into the rest of this video. Alright, so number 1 is finding a coach or someone who knows what they're doing, whether that be family, friends, or anyone in the gym who just looks like they know what they're doing. Now listen, if you don't have money for a coach, that's totally fine, because there'll always be someone at your gym who can teach you something. You'd think, no way I'm going to ask someone in the gym to help me out. Like 9 times out of 10, people are happy to help. So it's like they don't want you to look like an absolute tosspot in the gym. So yeah, they're going to help you out. It's just a matter of asking, and I'm telling you, when you have someone who can correct your form in person and just teach you everything you need to know in person, it's just a whole lot different to watching YouTube videos. And don't get me wrong, YouTube videos are great and I've learned a lot from them, but when it's in person, you're just gonna learn a lot faster and it'll speed up your progress a lot. Basically, the more support you have, the more motivation you will have, the more confident you will be, and just all around, everything will just be a lot easier. So that is the first thing I wish I knew, and that would have prevented injuries of me thinking that I just know it all and I can do it all on my own. I don't need to ask anyone, maybe watch the odd YouTube video or something, but it just wasn't enough, and it definitely made the whole process a lot harder than it should have been. So that's something I wish I did, and hopefully something you will do. That is number 1. Alright, so as I sit here in my cave, aka my garage, we're going to move on to number 2, which is the importance of nutrition and tracking your calories. Now, nutrition is 50% of the whole entire process of training and making gains. So of course it is so vital that you learn at least the basics of nutrition. And during my beginner gains phase, which is basically the phase where you put on a fair bit of muscle quite quickly, and I basically just half-assed nutrition, didn't really bother learning about it. I kind of just ate what I thought was right, and it got the job done, I guess, for the first like 6 months to maybe even a year. And even when I started to learn the basics of nutrition, of course it helped, but it wasn't until I started tracking my calories, which was basically the game changer for me. So once you start to track your calories and just learn even the simple stuff, just like calorie deficits and calorie surpluses, that's all you really need, and it's that simple. And if you're learning about nutrition and tracking your calories from the start and during your beginner gains phase, you're just going to make incredible results, and you're just going to take over literally everyone. But the key point here is to take nutrition seriously, but also make it fun. Otherwise, nutrition and just training in general become a burden to the point where you're just losing motivation and your consistency is dropping. So, switch up your meals. You can have fun with healthy eating. There's plenty of recipes out there, plenty of things to try. Whatever, you've got in your kitchen or your cupboard, whatever, your fridge, just, chuck it in a meal you're making. Just have fun with it, because it'll just create a long-lasting motivation, and it'll just make the whole process of it all more enjoyable. So that is my second point, and that is something I really do wish that I learned earlier in my fitness journey, because this would have just made such a huge difference, especially in the progress I would have made in the gym. And yeah, moving on to the next point. Number 3 is patience. Now, when I first started going to the gym, getting those beginner gains, mate, my ego was huge. I literally thought I was Kai Green, nothing could stop me, and I could basically do whatever I wanted. Now, when this phase ended, the gains started to slow down. The progress was really just hitting almost a plateau. Yeah, I lost a lot of motivation. Wow! Motivation. Oh, and my consistency dropped off. My passion for the gym completely dropped, and I was just like, mate, what's going on right now? So if I had been able to cultivate patience and understand that it is not all uphill, it's not a walk in the park, it's gonna be a journey of ups and downs, and you got to understand that motivation is going to come and go. You're going to have days where you're not seeing any progress, hitting plateaus, all this stuff, right? So it's important to know that, as cliche as it sounds, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So understanding that it's something that's going to occur over a long run. You're not going to get, huge, shredded, whatever it is that you want to achieve in the gym in a matter of 3 months or whatever, unless you're some sort of madman. And something that can help with these times of not making gains and losing motivation and all this stuff is really just trying new things and mixing it up and making it interesting for yourself. And that will, first of all, make it enjoyable, more fun, and something to look forward to. Second of all, it can help you get out of those plateaus and get your motivation back. So just knowing that it's not a stroll in the park and it's not going to be easy. Once you can cultivate that patience, it will be a lot easier for you, and you won't get so tied up in your ego and being impatient and losing that motivation and consistency so soon, because trust me, you will eventually hit a plateau or something will happen, an injury, who knows. But if you've got the patience, you can push through it. So that is something that I wish I knew, and something you can learn to cultivate into your life, which will help you a lot with your progress and with your whole fitness journey in general. So cultivating patience, key, mate. Alright, number 4 is form. Now, I'm sure you've heard this so many times, it's probably ridiculous, but I'm going to say it again because, mate, you need to know this. If I had learnt form when I first started training, it would have saved me, I'd say, literally months of sitting out and resting because of injury. I got ahead of myself. I got into the ego lifting headspace, I guess if you call it that. I would go in, try and max out my bench, watch a couple videos on form, and that was it. Went in and basically got every single injury in the world. No, just kidding. But yeah, I've faced quite a lot of injuries. Of course, I'm more prone to injury because of my condition, but if I had learned form, it would have saved me at least 75% of these injuries, and I would have been able to stick to the gym, stick to the grind. Yeah, if you're thinking of starting, or you are starting to go to the gym right now, learn your form, please. You probably don't think it's that essential, and you think your form's good enough. Well, it's probably not good enough, mate. Find someone, as I said, a coach, someone in the gym, family member, friends, whoever can teach you something about form, and build on it, because it will save you from injuries. You'll also learn how to better contract your muscles and work them in the gym, and basically make your workouts a lot more efficient and effective. And hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and learn form as early as possible. So we shall move on to the next point. Alright, so the next point kind of stems from the last point, and it is to listen to your body. So what I mean by that is not listening to it by putting your, I don't mean trying to literally listen to it. So what I mean by that is not ignoring little niggles and just things that you don't think are major, because our egos do a great job in making us think that we're okay, when most likely we're probably not. I could have avoided what is currently happening to me right now, which is not being able to train for 3 to 4 months, which is fabulous, because I ignored my injuries and just didn't think much of it, and now I've got an absolute stuffed elbow, which has made me sit out for a long period of time. So what I would say to you is, even if you don't think that little shoulder pain you're getting after that crazy bench you just did, or that little knee pain you got from that insane squat, get it checked. It is always better safe than sorry. So I'd always think I was okay. I'd keep going, keep pushing along, keep ignoring it. And obviously when you're so passionate about being in the gym and training, you try to put it off as much as you can, because you don't want to accept the fact that something's probably wrong, whether it's even the slightest thing, because it can turn into something major. Even if it's nothing, at least you check it out, go to a physio, doctor, whatever. And remember that longevity in the gym is what you want to achieve. You want to be able to be in the gym and train for as many years as possible. So yeah, listening to your body is really key, and I wish I did do that when I first started, because that would have prevented a lot of injuries. And yeah, number 6, stop comparing yourself to others. Another popular one that I'm sure you hear, it's easier said than done when you say stop comparing yourself to others, but I wish I just had have been more aware of when I was comparing myself to others, and I wish I could have learned ways to be able to snap out of it and not spend as much mental energy on comparing myself to others, because that would have saved me unnecessary mental fatigue and just feeling like shit for basically no reason whatsoever. Now, first of all, I'm sure most of us compare ourselves on social media. You need to keep in mind when you are comparing yourself to someone else whose physique is better, or who is just stronger, or whatever it might be, right? You need to understand that you don't know their backstory, you don't know how long they've been going to the gym for, you don't know what they're even taking, this and that. There is so many aspects to it. And then when it comes to social media as well, most likely there's good lighting, a good edit to it, a good angle. There's just so many factors that contribute to a good photo and making yourself look different. Know that social media is not a realistic place to be comparing yourself. And of course, I can just say that, but you'll continue to do so because that's just what your mind is naturally used to. Don't get me wrong, I still find myself comparing myself to others. However, I'm just more aware of it now, and I'm able to snap out of it a lot easier and not spend as much mental energy just thinking about where I could be, or what if I was that, or this and that, right? So something that I learned, a lot of people look at social media reactively. When we go on Instagram, we're in a reactive state of mind, so we're constantly comparing. My advice is to look at social media non-reactively and just be able to enjoy and look at someone's content from a place outside of reaction. So by that I mean, just imagine you're just a viewer and you're just the audience, like nothing else. You're just there viewing it, enjoying it for what it is, and not taking it personally or comparing yourself with where they are right now, whatever it might be, right? So this will just make you more aware and able to snap out of it and realize when you're doing it. That is my little tip, is looking at social media non-reactively instead of reactively, and in a state of constant comparison. So yeah, that is tip number 6, is stop comparing yourself to others. And something that I wish I had known earlier on in my journey, and just would have saved a lot of unnecessary mental fatigue and just shitness, mate. Alright, so I've ran out of locations in my house to go to. If you're wondering why I'm still talking, even though I finished my 6th thing that I wish I had done before I started training, well, because it's bonus tip. So, train your legs. Now, coming from somebody who has got SpongeBob looking legs and has sadly suffered the consequences of not training legs, I ideally wish that I did train legs. The longer you put off training legs, the worse it will become, because you're just going to have a lot of imbalances. I'm not going to say excuses, but I have had hip injuries and sore legs which have prevented me, but I've still had the opportunity to train legs, and I have put them off too. So really no excuses at the end of the day. Please train your legs, and you will not regret that. You may suffer, but the suffering is worth it. So Alright, so I might as well finish the video here because I'm probably going to be stuck in here now for the next few hours. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. So I'd be curious to see what you guys want to see more of. So comment down below what you want to see, whether it be vlogs or tips like these or challenges. Yeah, I'm just trying to find things I can do during this period of time, and I can't train either. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day or night, whatever it is. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you next video. Peace.